Tomorrow's Sci-Fi weekend is drawing to a close, but still to come, Morwenna Banks takes a look at the lighter side of sci-fi. That's in a moment after our last update. Then we're 100% sci-fi as 3 very special contestants answer 100 very specialised questions. That's at midnight. And as one special film draws to a close, let me tell you about another. On Wednesday evening, Jessica Tandy is a venerable old lady deep in the American South who's banned by her insurance company from ever getting behind the wheel again after she crashes her car. So her son, played by Dan Aykroyd, hires a chauffeur in the form of Morgan Freeman. And the result is the Oscar-winning comedy drama Driving Miss Daisy, one most definitely not to miss. This coming Wednesday at 9, here on 5. Stranger Than Fiction looks at the phenomenon of alien abduction, reality or myth. Find out tomorrow night at 8.
Can you tell me what direction that signal came from? Of course, Manly Stanley gets the answer. Channel 5, penetrating the deep space of Friday night LEXX after the movie on 5. Oh, yeah.
Lloyd's TSB has come together. How can we help you live your life?
What can we do to make it happen? To make it happen. What can we do to make it right? To make it right. What can we do to make you feel good? To make you feel good. How can we help you live your life? How can we help you live your life?
We're here to help make things happen for you. Lloyd's TSB. Your life, your bank.
Are you packed and ready to go?
Yeah. Come on. Thank you. See ya. Take care, love. Right. You missed a good night last night.
Sainsbury's work with individual farmers like Cressy Lutener's dad, so you always have the freshest possible fruit and vegetables.
Disappeared. You just left the pot.
Sainsbury's, making life taste better.
Women will have you believe they have to suffer to stay in shape. But what about Kellogg's Special K then? Since when have crunchy, wheaty, malty flakes been about suffering? Can't I just do the Special K bit?
Kellogg's Special K. Stay special.
Mom! Where's the microchips? I'm starving! In the freezer. I can't find it! Well, something else. Hiya, when did you get back? Did you have a nice time? Oh, sound, yeah. What was the weather like?
McCain microchips.
Yeah.
Even more satisfying than getting one over on your brother. McCain, you just can't help yourself.
Washing machines can break down because of limescale deposits caused by hard water, very similar to your kettle at home. This is a particularly good example of the way limescale builds up and up until finally your machine ends up in this condition. Once it's reached this stage, you'll need to call me out. Well, to prevent your machine breaking down, simply use Calgon in every wash. This is what a new element looks like and should look like in the machine. It would look like this if Calgon had been used in every wash.
Washing machines live longer with Calgon.
I always recommend Calgon.
I don't think I'll ever learn. I just don't tan. I think I'm one of life's non-tanning people. I think one day all my freckles will join up and I'll have a perfect tan. I'm the one in the big hat and the sunglasses and the factor 103. But I still get burnt. I think I'm destined to be pale and interesting.
No, left. You're in the right direction, but it's the third...
Sometimes making the right choice can be difficult, but Duckham's engine oils come in easy-to-understand packs, making it simple to choose the right one for your car.
Down.
Duckham's, oil made easy.
What can we do to make you feel good? How can we help you live your life?
Here, my name is Palmer. Harry Palmer.
Carruthers? Is that your real name?
I'm no 007.
We're going to have to ask you for accelerated retirement.
I don't like guns.
The fate of the world could be in your hands.
Well, I've saved the world a couple of times before, sir.
I don't like villains.
I'm starting to wonder why you wanted me.
But did you know?
You said you weren't a cruel man, Colonel.
I do all my own stunts.
Can we wait for a slow bit?
Got me in Bullet to Beijing, Tuesday at 9 on 5.
Do not mention the word law unless referring to beer, football or a PH3 model.
More beavering rules in Do You Fancy Me, Wednesday 10:50 on 5.
Morwenna Banks is outrageously sci-fi. Straight after tonight's final update from the 5 News Centre.
It's just before 11:30. I'm Catherine Jones. It's emerged that Nick Leeson, the man who brought down Barings Bank, could still apply for a licence to trade in Britain if he wanted to. Financial regulators say that because his crime was committed outside the UK, he would be considered. Leeson flew back to Britain this morning after being released from jail in Singapore. On arriving back in the country, he said he just wanted to get on with his life. There were tensions in Drumcree tonight as the RUC fired a round of plastic bullets on loyalist protesters. Today's Orange Order march passed off peacefully, although its leaders did make a bid to be allowed to march down the nationalist Garvaki Road. They backed off when they weren't let through, though. 2 Americans took the honours at Wimbledon this afternoon. Pete Sampras won his 6th Wimbledon men's singles title. He beat fellow American Andre Agassi in straight sets. In the women's final, Lindsay Davenport beat 7-time winner Steffi Graf, who said she won't be playing in the tournament again. Posh Spice, Victoria Adams and David Beckham tied the knot today. Fans turned up to get a glimpse of celebrities attending the much-hyped wedding at a castle near Dublin. Geri Halliwell wasn't there, though. She was singing in the rain in London. Tomorrow's weather now, cloudy and wet in the north, sunny spells and showers in the south. The top temperature 23 degrees. That's it for the moment. 5 News and Sport is back at 6.
Don's an alien being, he or she, we don't know. We don't know what's the scene, just Don accent talks real slow.
The souls of our 2 species have a long history.
Is Don good or bad? William Boone must discover. He's so cool with his skrill, you had better run for cover. Oh Don, such grace, such charm, but what could be the intention? Don, oh Don, so bold, so calm, but can't you feel the mounting tension?
100 sci-fi questions in half an hour, but now is it scientific truth, fiction, or something completely different?
It's the Morwenna Banks Show! And here's your host for the evening, Morwenna Banks!
Attention! We'll be tackling the following issues. Space. What does it smell like?
Is it the final frontier, or is it just the beginning back here?
The moon. What's that all about?
Is space necessary? Is it kind, and is it clever?
And finally, should it be allowed to adopt? All that and more, plus we've got a mystery guest star, but I'm not going to give you any clues, except let me just say, X-Files. And this is my crack team of sci-fi experts. On my right is Gordon. Gordon, how are you tonight?
Do you know, I'm feeling fantastic, thanks, and I'm going to tell you what...
Silence, Doctor! And on my left, as ever, is the lovely Esther, who is dressed tonight as Lieutenant Hoo-Hoo from Star Trek. Exactly, Esther. So that's how the show works. Fingers on buzzers. And for 10 points, what does that noise mean, Gordon?
It means, Morwenna, for 10 points, that you can do that impression of that old sci-fi favourite, E.T., from the film E.T.
My finger. Smell my finger.
Have you ever thought, Gordon, that from the perspective of the 1970s, we are the future?
God, you're amazing. I mean, the things you say are incredible.
I know. But then again, have you ever also thought that it hasn't quite turned out the way the scientists and responsible adults on TV told us it would? We're gathered here today to put on trial tomorrow's world. Under the charge, promising us things that we have never have got.
Call Judith Hahn.
Judith Hahn, you presented the television program Tomorrow's World from 1974 to 1994. Did you, or did you not, or did you, or did you not, or did you, or not? Which one? Did. Aha! During which time you promised us, amongst other things...
Exhibit A.
Pills for our dinner that would include a soup pill, a full English breakfast pill, and a Viennetta with all the trimmings pill. Where are these pills, Judith? Where are these pills?
In fact, on the programme, we never actually...
Silence! You also promised us...
Exhibit B.
A little hover car that would hover 1.6 above the ground and that we would all go to work in, thus facilitating quicker travel and less potholes. Where is this little car, Judith? Where is this little car?
Actually, we never promised a car...
Silence! You did! And finally, you also promised us...
Exhibit C.
X-ray specs.
Well, in fact, you can get those with certain comics.
Yeah, but you cannot, as definitely promised, when you put them on, see people bare.
I have to admit they're rubbish. That's because we kept the real ones at Tomorrow's World, and I use them every day.
Let's have a look at this. Ooh, excellent. Case dismissed. Heartwarming.
People of Earth, do not be alarmed.
We are not necessarily here to destroy your world. We are just browsing.
Yes, we're just browsing. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Well, what do you think? Overall impressions?
Oh, yes, okay, but I don't know yet.
Oh, come on. We've been looking at worlds all afternoon. Let's just destroy one and rape its feeble resources.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is the one. I want to see a few more still.
Oh, right then. People of Earth, thank you. Bye.
People of Earth, what time are you open till? 5:30. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. My favourite science fiction character is E.T. the extra testicle.
Time now to meet our special guest star. You might know him from the hit sci-fi show The X-Files. But he's also in my own personal sex files. Because I'd like to do it with him. Please welcome Mr. David Duchovny. Thanks very much for tapping up.
Yeah, I haven't got very long. My bike's outside on a double yellow line, so...
David Duchovny, in The X-Files, you play Fox Mulder.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I thought so. David Duchovny, if you had a fox, would you name it after your X-Files character?
What, Mulder? I've got a fox.
All right, leave it, all right? So anyway, David Duchovny, what about alien life forms?
What about them?
Is there any?
You know, I'm not an expert, am I?
Well, we do have a proper scientist with us tonight who can help us in our quest. Please welcome the famous astrologer, Mr. Patrick Moore.
First of all, I must correct you. I'm an astronomer, not an astrologer. People get confused about this all the time, even though the distinction is perfectly clear. Astronomers are scientists and astrologers are charlatans peddling a lot of hogwash. Typical Geminis. Oh.
Patrick, do alien life forms exist?
No.
How do you know?
A green man on Mars told me. I was looking at him through my telescope and he held up a sign which said alien life forms do not exist.
David Duchovny.
Yeah?
I thought so.
But you don't need aliens to make astronomy interesting. There's plenty to see in the night sky, especially if you look at the block of flats over the road from me. Here's a diagram. There I am down there with my telescope, and there are the nurses who moved into the top floor. Yum, yum. And then, very low down in the sky, not really in the sky, but down on the ground, is the policeman who's come to caution me for bothering the nurses.
So, we have our answer. There are no alien life forms.
That's right. One last thing, and I really do have to say this. Whatever you do, don't look at the sun through binoculars. Melinda Messengers look quite big enough already.
Thank you, Patrick Moore. So, David Duchovny, will you come back and sing a song with us later in the show?
No.
Thank you, David Duchovny. Gordon, do you remember the famous footage from that documentary of the alien autopsy they claimed to have discovered at Roswell in 1947?
What, where it shows those scientists dissecting an alien?
Well, apparently one of the aliens escaped.
Really?
Yeah, and he's been working ever since.
Well, that's fantastic.
I know.
Oh, can I just get a dark powder on my Bulbous Storm? Thanks very much. Gets a bit shiny. Yeah, thanks, love. That's fine. Lovely, thanks. Yeah. So, well, yeah, you know, it's been a variety of parts, really. You know, everything from really basic stuff like the first Star Wars. Oh, don't tell George Lucas I said it was basic. He'd kill me. To, I don't know, the classic Alien series with the lovely Sigourney's. Nice little learn of that. Sometimes they cast you because of the textbook extraterrestrial look. You know, big bald head, slanty eyes, no discernible sexual characteristics, etc., which is the real me. But then sometimes there's a lot of prosthetics, actually. Men in Black, I was in makeup for 5 hours every morning to play the part of Will Smith. Why did I get into it? Well, you know, to be really frank, I couldn't stomach all that abducting and impregnating with alien seed stuff, you know. A very dear friend of mine was pressured into it and got a nasty rash on his front bump, and we just haven't got the medicine. I mean, we're advanced in many ways. We do have a superhuman intellect, but if we get a rash on our slice, we're done for. You see, like a lot of actors, I used to get very worried about job security, and so I was ever so pleased to be offered, and I very much enjoyed playing the part of Grant Mitchell in EastEnders. Sad it's over, really.
For 10 points, do the strange children from the Midwich Cuckoos.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Meeting Damien the Devil's Child from The Omen.
Hello, Damien.
Hello, Midwich Cuckoos. How's it going? All right.
My favourite science fiction film is Quatermass and the Shit.
And I've just had a fax saying, please shut up now and go to the commercial break.
What?
Well, it's our show. I'm sorry.
We've got as long as we like.
Hello. Are you worried about unwanted alien penetration? Do you lie awake at night fretting about a nocturnal visitation? Or are you just plain terrified about a space critter crawling right up your... If you are, then we have just the thing for you. The alien removal kit. For all your extraterrestrial passage-related needs. Now, this worked out great for you, didn't it, Lindy?
Yes, it did. Thank you for asking, Bindi. You're so sweet.
You are the sweet one. Look at that cute little nose. Stop it. Like, anywho, I was fast asleep the other night with my boyfriend, and like suddenly this like really freaky alien just like flies into the room and goes like straight up my boyfriend's pooper.
Not true.
True. Awesome. So what did you do?
Thank you for asking, Bindi. You're so sweet.
Well, I didn't have time to do anything because my boyfriend's butt just like completely exploded all over the wall.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
I know. It was like all over my hair and stuff. Ew. Was it okay? My hair? No, it was ruined.
And who's your boyfriend?
I know he was not. He was like totally dead. Yeah, but I was gonna break up with him anywho, so like whatever.
Right. He was like such an asshole.
Yeah, well, not anymore. And you know, like this whole thing would have never happened if I'd have had the anal alien removal kit.
And you can call us now on 0908-BUT-UC to purchase your own home removal kit.
You just stick it up and spin it round, and that pesky little alien comes running right out.
And everyone ends up smelling of roses.
Except the alien.
Right, because he smells of shit, right?
Right. You know what? Screw him. Because he shouldn't have gone up there in the first place. So like, what kind of close encounter was that?
Of the first kind? Oh, was it a close encounter of the second kind?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was like a close encounter of the ass kind? Or, you know.
Sir Isaac Newton tells us that the acceleration of a body, blah, 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 is directly proportional to the magnitude of the force, blah, blah, and inversely proportional to its mass. Therefore, the Vauxhall Zafira won't be as agile as a smaller car. Newton. One apple falls on his head, thinks he's Einstein.
Vauxhall, raising the standard.
There are two sides to Nestle's new Extreme Duo.
Yeah.
Outrageously flamboyant chocolate ice cream and classically elegant vanilla.
That's me, always going from one extreme to the other.
Hotpoint sell more washing machines in the UK than anyone else. Why do they recommend Persil tablets?
Well, they get things really clean every time.
Working for Hotpoint, you would say that though, wouldn't you?
Well, actually, it's me mum that says that.
Persil tablets, as recommended by Hotpoint and Alistair's mum.
We need a driver. We've heard a lot about you. You any good? Get in.
Girls on the bus kept on laughing at us. Road up 10 down to Venice again. Mafiosos
So please put kids that day, and I'll say, what the hell am I doing drinking in LA?
This is actually a good moment to make a serious point. I mean, it's very easy to make light of science fiction, but sometimes it can become science fact. For instance, I've read about this alien virus, and apparently it's been trapped in a glacier for millions and millions of years, but now, with global warming, that glacier has melted, and the virus has got free. Now, if you're infected, you start to transform into a posh dinner service. And the awful thing is that there is no cure or antidote. Once the process starts, once it starts, it's very, very rapid and deadly. And I know that if I ever...
I've done it! The posh dinner service!
Yeah, all right, mate, how's it going? Yeah, oh, nice glove, mate. Yeah, I could have done with one of them for this advert. I've just been styling. That's what I do, right? Styling, so I'm a stylist, Chloe, yeah? All right, I style things. I'm doing this car ad for a car what looks like a rocket, right? Like it don't have no doors or nothing, you just have to slide your arse through the roof, right?
I've seen that car, yeah, the designer was in Top Gear.
Yeah, well, he must have been on something, mate. You'd have to be out your box to design that car. So anyway, they got this big leggy model, right? Oh, yeah, one of them one-name models. Bush, she was called, yeah. And the director wants her all sprayed gold, like they did with that bird in the James Bond film. What was that called again? Stinkfinger, was it?
Goldfinger.
So anyway, the director goes, spray the model gold, and he hands me a can of spray paint, so I just lobs it all over her.
Yeah, but I thought you had to leave a patch of skin up unpainted so that she didn't suffocate.
Yeah, of course I left an old mate. You don't think I was going to get a nozzle up there, do you? What do you think I am, Nicky Leslie or something?
So you sprayed the model with car paint?
Oh, no, like, duh, what didn't he say? Totally did my head in. Anyway, by now, she's gone all wet and floppy, and I just thought, oh, well, she's been out all night with the blokes from Gomez, giving it large on the two. But no, turns out the stupid car's only gone and passed that.
What, because of the paint?
Oh, yeah, do you think so, mate? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so I'm like, you know, give her some sandpaper, quick. But then that don't work, so I have to spray her in, like, acid. But, you know, she's got that sort of skin, hasn't she, right? What spray paint sticks to, right? So the only option is a Black & Decker, which worked a treat, mate. Yeah.
How's Bush?
Oh, none of your business, mate, hey?
I meant the model.
Oh, yeah, she's all right, mate, yeah. Well, she will be once she comes out of intensive care. But anyway, the ad looks right nice, right classy, and I got to cop off with the geezer, what stands next to bloke, what supplies the director's snarf. So, you know, all in all, excellent result. Good day styling. Straight through. See you, mate.
Great, yeah.
My favourite science fiction televisual programme is Third Cock from the Bum.
One of the things that puzzles me is, you know, when aliens abduct people, how do they choose who to abduct?
Well, let's have a quick look through the radio telescope and see if that gives us any clues.
So, how long is it we have been secretly visiting the planet Earth?
17 minutes, sir.
In their time, not ours.
45 years, sir.
Yes, and in those 45 years, why, when we have a spaceship that can get all the way from Alpha Centauri over here to Darth Vader's house over here in under 0.3 seconds, have we only managed to hover about here? A tiny area of Midwestern America peopled entirely by rednecks. When are we going to abduct someone who doesn't own a lumberjack shirt, who isn't married to their sister and doesn't smoke one of those queer little pipes like Popeye's got, and who won't go on television 5 months later and say, I was out back of the trailer, I'd been watching, looking for dollars, and then I see a bright light, and I went out and I say to Mary Beth, come here, Mary Beth.
Sorry, sir.
Well, sorry isn't good enough. Where's the quality? I watch terrestrial television, you know. I watch a lot of it, and I can tell you there are some classy people out there. Why can't you abduct someone like, I don't know, Dame Kiri Takanawa? Jeremy Paxman. I'd love to meet Jeremy Paxman. Nanette Newman. She seems like a lovely lady. I love the bullet hole.
You think of Anita Harris, sir?
Am I? Oh, yes, anyway, I want a human with some style up here, and I want one now.
Well, we've got someone.
Have you really? Are they wearing some kind of long john?
No, sir. It's a top quality TV presenter, sir.
Well, what splendid! Bring them in. Bring them in. Who's this?
Jack
It's
Doherty.
Jack Doherty. Well, I'm terribly sorry, I still can't get Channel 5.
One day, in the future, everyone will drive around on these, and the world will be a better place, full of bunnies and lambs and babies with full tummies.
I've just had an email from someone who writes, Dear Morwenna Banks, I'm a big fan of the show and love all the little comedy bits and bobs, but please, 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 could you just shut the f*** up about aliens and tell us about some different weird shit? And that comes from an Archbishop Lionel Flares of Royston. And in fact, yes, Archbishop, we have found some different weird shit, and here it is.
In 1964, we found 10 children from different social backgrounds and promised to come back and film them every 7 years. Now, in 1999, these children are 42. They are married, they have careers, and they're all approaching middle age in the conventional way. Except one. When we first met Billy Matthews, he was a 7-year-old. 35 years later, he is still 7.
Well, I did think I would grow up one day, so it has all been a bit of a surprise. But I don't think being 7 has stopped me doing things. I am married, and I do have a job too. I am a regional manager at a bank? A bank, yes, a bank. I have 800 people under me, and I have introduced innovative working practices like playtime and work. But sometimes being 7 is not very nice, like when your little nephew gives you a biff. But I have the love of my family, which is the rock on which I build my life. That's very good, Billy. Go and get yourself a biscuit. Okay.
Now, we've had a couple of complaints during the show, and the first one comes from a Mr. Lump of Hertfordshire, who writes, none of the people on your programme are who they say they are. They are all just filled dubitus. Ridiculous.
Yes, because I now have here with me, via satellite, a guest who is definitely who he says he is. The actual Wookiee from Star Wars. Wookiee, are you a monkey or are you a dog? Thank you very much, the Wookiee.
And a Mr. W. Woolard has written to say that the Tomorrow's World sketch was unfair. Not only was Phil Jupiter's impression of Judith Hand grossly inaccurate, but the people did have a very clear vision of the future in the 1970s. As you would know, had you seen the groundbreaking, futuristic sitcom A Bird and a Bloke in Space.
This future beer's tasty. Cheers. That'll be the futuristic entrance bell.
Chloe, is anybody home?
Blimey, it's a dishy bird. Quick, put on the future attraction juice.
Hello?
Come in.
I did.
Come through.
Have I?
How can I help?
Give money to charity.
I meant, what can I do for you?
Oh, I just popped out.
How unfortunate.
From the next door pod and dropped my...
Knickknacks?
keys. So I thought...
That's unusual in a woman.
Maybe I could just hang in your pod.
Blimey, will it hurt?
Just until the locksmith arrives with his tools.
Aperitif?
No, I was born with a full set, thanks.
Do you want some?
No, thanks, I've already had a bit.
Oh, I bet you have. Oi, oi!
My favourite television show of all time is Fuck Rogers in the 21st century.
Nourishing. So to sum up, good night!
A brand new series of an old favourite returns to 5 a week from today. We call it the Festival of Fun, but you can call it What You Like, next Sunday at 5 to midnight.
I want to do it.
Do what?
It.
I suspect that you mean sex. Channel 5 is the only place for it. Penetrating the deep space of Friday night, LEXX, after the movie on 5.
A Doctor Who fan, a Deep Space Nine addict and a Trekkie compete to become the intergalactic champion. 100% Sci-Fi is next.
Lloyd's TSB has come together. How can we help you live your life?
What can we do to make it happen? To make it happen. What can we do to make it right? To make it right. What can we do to make you feel good? To make you feel good. How can we help you live your life? How can we help you live your life?
We're here to help make things happen for you. Lloyd's TSB. Your life, your bank.
There's no respect. Hey, Pops, try my incredible new Goodfella's pizza pie. It's a pizza and a pie. It's crazy. A pizza is a pizza. Not this one, Pops. What are you talking? I'm talking more juicy tomatoes, more cheese, more herbs. I'm talking crispy. What do you say, Pops? What is it? It's the tomatoes. It's the pepperoni. It's the herbs. Such a cheese. No, wait, it's so full and so crispy. Is it too much? No, full and crispy pizza pie from Goodfellas. Tasting is believing.
Although many body washes moisturize your skin, after a while, their effect can disappear. Only Dove contains special moisturizers like those found naturally in your skin. They last a full 24 hours, so even at the end of the day, your skin still feels soft and silky. New Dove Ultra Moisturizing Body Wash, the little luxury that lasts all day.
She said that David and Jill weren't going out anymore and that Jill had just met this new guy, Simon, but I thought, that's a bit odd, because I've only just seen Jill and David at Teresa's all over one another, so I reckon it's Debbie that's been talking.
So, you use Persil non-bio tablets?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that because you're concerned about the little one's delicate skin?
Yeah. And the big ones.
Persil non-bio. Are you the sensitive type?
What can we do to make it happen? How can we help you live your life?
Here, my name is Palmer. Harry Palmer.
Carruthers, is that your real name?
I'm no 007.
We're going to have to ask you for accelerated retirement.
I don't like guns.
The fate of the world could be in your hands. Well, I've saved the world a couple of times before, sir.
I don't like villains.
I'm starting to wonder why you wanted me.
But did you know?
You said you weren't a cruel man, Colonel.
I do all my own stunts.
Can we wait for a slow bit?
Got me in Bullet to Beijing, Tuesday at 9 on 5.
Do not mention the word law unless referring to beer, football or a PH3 model.
More beavering rules in Do You Fancy Me, Wednesday 10:50 on 5.
Now, 3 contestants face 100 questions, all of them out of this world.
Welcome to 100%. This is the Sci-Fi Special number 2. 3 contestants from all over the galaxy, well, Britain actually, are ready to beam aboard. So, come in, number 1. Please tell us your name.
Hello, my name is Paul Thompson and I'm from Rotherham and I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Beam aboard, contestant number 2. What is your name?
Hello,
Hello, I'm Julie Furness from Cheshire, and I'm a Deep Space Nine fan.
And come in, contestant number 3. What is your name?
My name is Mike Shaw. I'm from London, and I'm a Star Trek fan.
All the questions in this edition relate to science fiction, and at the end of the game, whoever has the top score will be the intergalactic champion. Good luck to you all. Round 1 begins with question 1. What was the title of the first episode of Red Dwarf?